welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Jeff Parker here. We were just chit-chatting before we came back on, and you know, sometimes a weekend just produces entirely new information, which just, I think, shocking.
Yeah, on Friday when we talked, I said that there were just 50 cases in the community of Laguna Woods, which we're a big part of.
Right.
And then we got the information Friday night, Saturday, that the number had jumped from 50 all the way up to 65. Mm-hmm. And that actually grew another couple cases yesterday and Sunday. And so we're now at 67 cases in the community of Laguna Woods. Mm-hmm. Want to make sure everybody realizes, again, that doesn't mean necessarily the village, although we're 95% of the village, of the community of Laguna Woods. So I think we need to realize that the potential is that we did make contact with the Orange County Health trying to find out if they could identify specifically if it was in the village or not. We did not receive any information back from them as to that. And that's because of the different health and safety laws of telling you where. And we're just generically wanting to understand if it's in the village versus if it's outside the village, not a specific resident.
Right.
That's what we're looking for.
And and I think, Kate, there's more testing that's going on now, and people are like, I'm going to go get my test just to see. So they're doing that, and there's also going to be a clinic coming up here on Wednesday that's going to be a free COVID-19 clinic, and they'll be able to do testing. So I'm assuming those numbers are probably going to increase.
They probably will, but and like you said, I think testing's critical, and so the more testing and the fact that we have a free opportunity for the residents to go down to the church and get their testing, that's great, and appreciate the county expanding their testing operations. But if you look at the numbers, to see that jump to 67 was kind of like shocking I think, to a lot of people that are following it on the website. So we again are in communication with Orange County Health. Hopefully we can identify whether or not it's in the village more than it's outside the village.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
Well,
now, relative to the overall program, we're still in the red category, Tier 2. However, if you look at our numbers, they're at 3.6 and 3.1 on the positive cases and the positive percentage. If this stays, the word is that sometime maybe this week, they will be lowered to the next tier, which is the moderate tier, Tier 3, which would be good news because the moderate tier, again, allows the private sector to open up capacity, where they've been limited, like in gyms, to 10% and 25% in restaurants and stuff like that. So this would allow a little bit more activity out there in the private sector, so that'll be good. Those numbers are holding, so that's good. Although we did hear from the state of California over the weekend that there were spikes throughout all the counties in the sense that and so did we see a spike. And that may be contributed to the last holiday weekend. Nobody knows exactly for sure because the lag behind that, is 14 days and then you start seeing the results. So if those hold steady and we don't see a big spike, we're, I would say, in good shape to go to that next moderate level.
Oh, that'd be good. How are we doing in hospitalizations? I haven't looked on that one. I think that was that's
actually really good. The rates right now are 165. As you can tell with the regards to patient, and more importantly, like I said, that ICU number at 45 is really good. So see, we have a minus 6.8% slower.
Okay.
That 36% availability at the 45% of beds, that's really been going down steadily. So that's really a good
There's
number.
that flattening of the curve everybody was looking for, that's for sure. So hopefully we stay on that track and just kind of have a nice winter.
Exactly.
We don't know what to expect. All right, well, thank you for the updates on that. We'll keep an eye on those numbers to see, and then we'll be back again here on Friday with you to talk about hopefully a lot less numbers.
That'd be great.
All right, so you've got some things to announce. Third Mutual, they're doing a big push now to change CC&Rs and some other things.
Tomorrow afternoon, I know you have Robert Munchak coming up. They're going to have a Mutual, Third's going to have a meeting, a virtual meeting to talk about their modernization of their CC&Rs and their bylaws, and that's going to allow them to better serve the community and create one document as opposed to the I think it's 56 different CC&R documents that they have. So he'll talk about that more, and I'll let him get into the details, but it's a good move to at least look at that and go through the process of making that happen, because it not only from an administrative point of view, but I know from the board's point of view, having the conciseness of here's one set of rules that we can provide our residents, I think that's a really good thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I can see why they want to move forward in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, I remember receiving a big CC&R's packet, and it's huge, but if it was as big as the one that they were talking about, that's just insane.
Right, and I'm sure it can be confusing depending if you live in one area of Third or another area of Third, and the common space, and making sure that it's managed appropriately. So it makes a lot of sense for them to take a look at consolidating them all.
Okay, well,
Absolutely.
Excellent, good. And then I understand that there is an electricity, did you call it a supplement? No.
Yeah, it's a rebate basically.
A rebate,
It is a subsidized system. So what's happening in Laguna Woods through Edison, the city of Laguna Woods is having a utility subsidy, and that goes. That subsidy basically is addressing people who saw electricity bills go up because they had to stay at home.
Oh, I see.
So from March to August, if your electric bills went up because of the fact that you were doing what you were asked to do, which is stay home. The city has a subsidy program that they're receiving through Edison, and the applications deadline for it is October 21st and by 5 p.m. or until funds run out. So what I mean by that is get your application in as soon as possible, because it is possible that the funds might run out. So it's kind of like get your application in. Again, it covers everybody who had a utility increase or saw an increase between March and August, which was the bulk of that period of time, 5 months that we saw everybody hunkering down, staying at home. So it's a really good thing that the PUC has pushed through to all of the utilities to do this, and the city of Laguna Woods is managing that process.
And what's the website address is cityoflagunaWoods.org/COVID-19 funding. So that's great, and then they can see all the rules and regulations that are regarding that, because it could have age limitations and things like that.
Exactly.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and we'll keep an eye on those numbers and see you on Friday.
Hopefully we can continue to have progress,
Yes.
at the same time keeping everybody safe out there.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
And remember, if you want additional information about reducing your electricity, not really reducing, but subsidizing the money that you saw increase, go to the cityoflagunawoods.org/COVID-19 funding. We'll be right back.